Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoy even so far. Let's give a second round of applause to Steve because he fly from Austin to give a welcome speech for us. Thank you so much. Okay, my name is Paul. I'm the founder at Bear Founder Club. So I founded Bear Founder Club 2 years ago. There are two reasons why I founded Bear Founder Club. Um, okay. So number one, a lot of people know my name by Paul, but actually my Chinese name is Pumin, so which means bring light everywhere. So for me, building community is the best way to have more people. I build a lot of communities. Like when I'm doing my PhD, I build community for algorithm discussion. When I'm doing my own startup, I build communities for all the young entrepreneurs. The second reason why I built Bear Fund Club is that a lot of people came to Silicon Valley because they found a job in big tech company like Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. So Fang used to stand for this big tech company. But I firmly believe that the future of Silicon Valley is not determined by the big tech company, but by all the young innovators sitting here. So at that moment, I decided to build a community for all these young entrepreneurs. By the way, Fang is also my family name, so I put a quotation here. Um, so this is also why we host Global Pitch Summit. So we want to fund next fund. So I hope next fund will also be among all of you guys. Uh, then the community growing very fast. Right now we have over 12K members, including over 120 startups, over 200 VC firms. So most of them have raised $1 to $5 million, with some exceeding $20 million. We have our website, it's bearfoundersclub.com, so you can find more info there. We grow together. I think building community is not easy. You need to try at least 7 or 8 times until you make it. So we have founders pivot, persevere, and raise funding needed. We also believe that building a tight community goes beyond business. So we do life together through like golf events, AI dinner, or skiing trip. We host a lot of events. For example, we host the monthly Stanford Alumni events. I think a lot of people know Bear Fund Club through events like Professor Ilya, Professor Steve Blank, Professor Perry Cleveland. And we also host golf events with founders. We even host like campaign for congressional candidate. I want to thank our sponsor, Andy. So Andy is an investor, and he's also famous for the 2015 Warren Buffett Charity Lunch winner. And Andy also invests in AI project very actively. Andy is here, so I would like to invite Andy to say hi to everyone. Andy, welcome. Thank you. I will introduce a few things we are working in Bear Founder Club. So number one is a BFC social platform. So the platform is help you find a co-founder or next investment within 30 seconds. You can scan QR code to see the website. After you create a profile, basically it's a vertical linking. You have all the members of Bear Founder Club, and you also all the events listed here. So you can build connections with all members here, and you can also discuss your startup journey in the community. You can build connections on the platform. You can send email messages. So it's super convenient for founders and VCs. The second thing we're working on is our Substack. We have social media lead, Eddie. Eddie is also volunteer lead. Yeah, Eddie, say hi to everyone. Hi, Eddie. Okay. Thank you so much. It's a lot of work to put. We have over 140 volunteers. It's a lot of work. Um, so what do we do for our Substack? On Monday we send out Bear events. We probably have the most comprehensive Bear events summary. So usually we have over between 50 to 100 events per week. We list events from Monday to Friday, and we add the links. So for each link, when you click the link, it will lead to Luma, so you can register even very easily. A lot of founder VCs told me that they took up our Substack on Monday to decide what event to attend in the following week. So we have over 12,000 subscribers right now, over 1,000 startups, over 350 VCs. Almost all top VCs subscribe to our Substack. And on Friday, we also send out the AI content, especially the interview, like super founder, super investor interview. For example, we interview a founder who raised over $10 million. Oh, this is the data for our Substack. Like, it's also read globally. So our Substack reaches 45 US states and 91 countries. We have over 10K 30-day views, and you can see that 80% of audience from US, 4% from India, 2% from Canada, 2% from UK. This is our Bear Founder Club Substack. If you haven't subscribed to Substack, I would recommend you to scan QR code. You can subscribe to our Substack. As I mentioned, we also have the interview. So Mana is the media director. Mana is not here today, but he did a lot of great work on the interview. You can check our YouTube channel with over 10K subscribers. We interview several founders and the VCs. So if any of the founders, the VC want to be interviewed, so feel free to let me know. So I will arrange that according to tell Mana. Yeah, also Kamo here. Kamo is also the moderator, and he's leading top 3 AI project. Basically, what she did is that she listed top 3 AI project in different vertical. That's exactly how we classify these applications from Global AIP Summit. We have 10 sectors like AI in healthcare, AI in infrastructure. We also build chapter globally. Like we build chapter based on university like BFC Stanford, BFC Berkeley, BFC Yale, and also based on cities like BFC Washington DC, BFC Hong Kong. We have chapter chair Angelina taking care of all the chapters. While we build chapters around the world, so right now everyone knows KFC, right? We rebrand BF Club to BFC. So I hope in 10 years everyone will know BFC. So that's why I build chapters globally. This is my personal QR code, so you can scan the link in WeChat, all my links here. And we are a very diverse group. We have WhatsApp group, Telegram group, WeChat group. I probably can stay here for 10 seconds if you want to join with over 200 VCs and 100 startups. Here, you can take a screenshot. Okay, one last thing. We have the group chat for this conference. So we have over 1,200 registrations. So if you want to connect to all the VC founders, please scan QR code, join the WhatsApp group. And I will also ask volunteer to share the QR code everywhere in Plug Play. So I'll stay here 10 seconds. Okay, thank you guys. Next up, I will introduce a really good friend, Alec Walker. He's also one of the co-hosts. He's the co-president at Stanford Angels Entrepreneur Texas chapter. Okay, Alec, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Paul. Great job. Hey, everybody. So I've been in data science for about 15 years, and I've helped to create and sell a couple of AI startups during that time. I've done some data science consulting, and I've helped to create internal entrepreneurship programs for companies like Intel and GM and Dow Chemical and Swarovski and a few others. So as Paul said, I helped run the Texas chapter of the Stanford Angels and Entrepreneurs, part of the Alumni Association of Stanford. I advise a bunch of startups, and I do business development for growth stage startups in the AI space. So I want to share some insights from my experience here and give you all some things to think about during the conference. If you guys could pull up my slides for the intro talk. Yeah, that looks right. Thanks. So I think we can all agree that the practical utility of AI continues to improve on average over time. But just because it's improving doesn't mean that, oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, could you go back one? Sorry. Back a little bit. Yeah, right. Keep going. Let's see. Am I able to do this? Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right. So, but just because it's improving doesn't mean that it's always been better than what people expected from it. You know. So public excitement about AI oscillates, whether that's globally or regionally or by different industries. So the phases don't always line up. It could be popular in one place and unpopular somewhere else at the same time. So keep that in mind, because when you're in an AI winter, people don't want to support your AI thing. You know, how you position yourself now to avoid backlash when that happens is an important thing to consider. So when AI is too popular, people will assume you can do things that you might not be able to do, you know, conversely. So how do you temper expectations in that case? Some quick examples. After the dot-com crash, Bayesian analysis was really taking off. But it wasn't popular because people were bearish about tech and associated, you know, AI at the time. Conversely, when deep learning really got popular, Cortana and Siri and Google Assistant and IBM Watson, you know, came onto the stage and advertised, but were, you know, underperforming somewhat because the tech couldn't match user expectations. So where are we now? Of course, popularization of the transformer model and the rise and commoditization of these foundation models like Gemini and OpenAI and, you know, Claude and that sort of thing. And I'm using this this stack of this stack of bricks here to represent that. So what does that mean? I think the most compelling change is that unstructured data is now fair game. So there's tons of stuff to explore and synthesize. In fact, AI capability in the realm of human knowledge could unlock, I think, more economic value than we've seen in all of human history. So that's a huge potential that we're all immersed in today. On the other hand, foundational models are the ones doing the heavy lifting for us. So how do we differentiate? How does a startup remain defensible? And I think that the answer to that question depends on how the startup is using foundation models. So I've come up with categories here. They're not mutually exclusive. The first category is, are you building your own foundation model? I think you have to have a really good reason to do that, given how commoditized this is and who you're competing against. Second, are you using foundation models to build your thing? Even if your thing isn't an actual AI tool, are you using the foundation model to build it? You have to have a really good reason not to do that. And then third, are you building something that uses a foundation model? So the customer client is engaged with foundation models when they're using your service. And that's a really good idea, I think, in general. So the key concept there is buoyancy. As the foundation models continue to improve, you want to build a business that stays afloat on top instead of getting overshadowed. So for a lot of startups, that means cheaper and faster builds, but more vertical integration, which means solutions with smaller market sizes. So what's the right kind of skill set to cultivate then as an entrepreneur? A lot of entrepreneurs just start off traditionally with picking something and going to work on it directly. But it's helpful to have a lot of ideas about what you could work on and then prototype those against the market. But how do you get those ideas? Like maybe you should come up with a lot of ideas based on a clear sense of what problem you want to solve. And coming up with what problem you want to solve means you have to have ideas about what problems you could solve, which then of course means you need to be out there empathizing within a vertical, discovering what the problems are. And that skill set, really empathizing and understanding from somebody else's perspective what their problems are, maybe even in ways that they don't understand, I think is key there. So I'll leave you with this, back to this hype curve. I think thought leaders in the public have increasing concerns about the future of AI. So you want your business model to outlast the hype cycle, which means you can create a strategy starting now, today, about how you're going to counteract those concerns. So what are those concerns? Obscuration of objective truth, or the loss of individual agency, or erosion of social connection, concentration of wealth. I think we here in this room are the highest potential change agents in this space, which is the highest potential space out there right now. It's really exciting. So here is where the world will change. We owe it to ourselves and the world to consider and commit to strong ethical foundations, because it feels good, but it's also because it's practical and it's how you make your business sustainable. So I'll end there and I'll pass it on to Sophie Wren, who helps to run Stanford Win. Thanks.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our summit. Today, I'm very happy to be one of the co-hosts here. So let me share a little bit about myself. So for myself, I'm continuing to be a learner, consciously and unconsciously, serving on the board of Stanford entrepreneurs. Serving on the board of Stanford Entrepreneurs and Stanford Wing. As an entrepreneur myself, I'm always believed in pushing boundaries, taking different perspectives, be diverse to create things is very interesting. And from the very long-term perspective, this is what I hope this summit could bring to everyone. Bring together ideas from different kinds of perspectives and also to give us more inspiration. So if you check the data set of the startup data we get from this summit, and we will find that it covers how the builders build the world with the AI technology, and which is very impressive. And But under all of this impressive application, that's a very big, very interesting question. Are we really building like this kind of AI that serves humanity, not only about today, but for the long-term perspective? Consider this. So over 500 billion has been invested in AI globally, but only 85 of the AI initiatives fail to deliver sustainable results. This summit is about to change this narrative. Together, we are going to explore how AI can transform industry like healthcare and education and other things. Today, I would like to start with Wasa's story and share how we build AI application based on unstructured data and share of my two of the startup stories. So in 1628, Sweden, they launched a very interesting Vasa. It is a very great workshop. It was a marvel of that time. But the Vasa, they sank after traveling only like one times. Why this happened? The design is really rushed under a political pressure. Critical testing was ignored, and no one aligned the projects, both the vision of the practical foundations. This is really what happening right now. So modern AI projects face very similar challenges. It's cross-domain collaboration struggles and top-down pressure to prioritize the flashy. So what we can learn from the lesson is that the innovation without the foresight is doomed. Like the Vasa, even the boldest AI projects can capsize if they ignore the foundations. So, and then let's look at this art in 1632. I'll give you 10 seconds to think. So what you can remember. And if you are from different kind of background, you will think you will see very different thing. If you are from a design background, maybe you will see more related to the design elements. If you are from a historian, and you will see more related to the historical elements. If you are from if you are a designer, maybe you see more related to the design style. So this is how the data sets happen in our real life, and this is the way how we collect the data in the real way, reflect in the real world. But we are really building the AI applications based on this kind of incomplete things. So this is a very interesting thing. I just visited Norway. So there is an artist. He built this own grave with his data point in a very huge building. And my musician friends, and they are going to do this kind of music in this building. This reminds us how the human experience and the data we create are consistently unstructured. And as innovators, we are trying to solve this kind of problems, and also we are designing this kind of things based on the incomplete data. This is my passion. I'm usually doing some research related to our unconscious mind, and this is also the data coming from. So I have a lot of passion in this domain, and before the large language model, so I'm going to try to unlock this kind of personalized black box in each individual. So this is the platform I built before. It's a gamification platform, and with a lot of personalized data. And then after large language model, we spent around 8 months to do the ChatSlide. Now we have almost 80K users. And what we are doing is that we are trying to transfer everything into this kind of structured data. As we gather today, so let's carry Vasa's lesson with us and commit to building AI systems that not only shine, but also stand of the test of time. So we can think about how we can use AI to solve the real things in the world. So again, so welcome. So let's make today a very memorable launch pad for the next wave, in the AI innovation. And then let's welcome Paul and Alec back to the stage. Thanks for your sharing today. Would you mind to share one message to this conference?
Oh, I hope you guys enjoy the event. It's super hard to put everyone together, so I really want to see the chemistry between everyone. You can be successful by yourself, but if we work together, we will be successful. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the event.
Oh, thanks. Meet each other, network, maximize that, and then follow up. But also create an ethical foundation, whether you're a VC or a startup right now. It's good business. Makes practical sense.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. So enjoy this.
Enjoy the conference.
Yes, thank you for coming.